Scratch Records, a place where you can undergo a complete music course without paying a dime. Here, we teach everything from scratch to finish. We offer free courses in music theory, guitar, piano, drums, vocals, and lots more. We even offer a free course on music production using softwares like Ableton, Cubase, Sonar, Logic, Pro Tools, FL Studio, and many others. What's amazing? We offer courses in sound engineering as a whole. The only opportunity for you to make your dream come true as a music genius is with Scratch Records. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell for new alerts.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from the break. Today we are treating music theory with Scratch Records. And the next point on that would be pitch. The pitch. It has to do a little bit with frequency. So what is pitch? The pitch in music is how high or how low the sound is. But now there's a little gymnastic in it. Why I said there's a little gymnastic? Because it has something to do with volume, but it's not volume here. The explanation, the definition is close to the same definition with volume, but the pitch is different here because it is said the pitch is how high or how low the sound is. But now in terms of frequency, the frequency that we just talked about, how high or how low a sound is in terms of frequency, that's what the pitch is. How high or how low the sound is. It should be precise that in terms of frequency. In terms of frequency. Because what is that supposed to mean? It means the pitch, for example, we said is high or low. How high or low the sound is in terms of frequency. What is that supposed to mean if we have to go beyond that grammar to break it down? It means, for example, if you hit this board like this and you hit this pen against this like this, the volume of my palm against this board is bigger. It's louder in terms of sound. But now the pen against this is higher in terms of frequency. So that's the easiest way to explain, to define the pitch. So pitch is how high or how low the sound is in terms of frequency. Another example is, as we quoted an example with a guitar. For example, let me quote a second example. This is a guitar, and these are the strings. This is the E string, and this is another E string. This E string, the bigger E string above, is of low frequency, while the lower E string is of high frequency. But the E string above sounds louder than the E string below, but the E string below sounds higher in terms of frequency. Okay, so that's it. And another example of that would be a man and a woman, or a male and a female. A man talks on a low frequency while a woman talks or speaks on a very high frequency. So, but the woman's voice is tinier, is thinner, while a man's voice is huger or is bigger. but the man is low, because people make that mistake, say, okay, no, but a man, because the voice is high in terms of volume, is loud, so it means his frequency is high. No, the frequency of a man is low while that of a woman is high. Okay, that does with frequency, or with pitch, sorry. And now we will treat volume. Volume. What is volume? You see now the difference between the volume and the pitch. The volume is how high or how low a sound is. But in terms of decibel, that's how loud or how low the sound is. But I use the word high because you can say the volume of that music is too high, is too loud. So that's the difference now with pitch. The loudness or the highness of pitch has to do with the frequency, while the highness of the volume has to of the volume has to do with decibels. So now volume is calculated in decibels. We call it dB or decibels. Decibel. 1 decibel or 2 decibels. Okay. And the right volume for the human listening is 0 decibel. 0 dB or 0 decibel is the right volume for human listening. So when the volume of a sound is 0, it means that is the right amount of volume the human being can perceive with tranquility, with serenity. It's not hurting your ears. So that is what the volume is, and it's calculated in decibels. And now, it still has to do with pitch and frequency. It's still in the same family. And it is said the right hearing, the right amount of sound for human hearing, as I've said, is 0 dB. But now in hertz is 20 hertz. So it said the human beings start perceiving sound from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So it means if a sound is below 20 hertz, the human ears cannot perceive. If a sound is above 20,000 hertz, the human beings cannot perceive. So the ratio, or the right ratio for human hearing, is 20 is to 20,000 hertz. As simple as that. Well, sounds can be perceived below 20 hertz only by very little babies or by dogs. And sound above 20,000 hertz cannot be perceived by men. I know some people will try to challenge by asking the question that, but if the sound cannot be perceived by a man, by human beings, if it's beyond 20,000 hertz, then how is it even possible that there is a sound beyond 20,000 hertz? Well, but scientists have proven it beyond every reasonable doubt with the machines that it is possible. Like there is a device used in the hospital, like it hits above 20,000 hertz. You know, so that answers the question for volume here. And I think that we call it quits for today's lesson. Ladies and gentlemen, damas and caballeros, mesdames and messieurs, Massa Angondereden, it's been your humble servant, His Imperial Majesty, and Terence, Mnashwa Tiboy, the Vicar General, His Apostolic Nuncio, the Tranquilla and Watch out. for more videos and lessons on Scratch Records. It's bye bye, au revoir, adios, omba. Damas, you said, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballero, mesdames et messieurs, massa and ngondereden. It's your humble servant, His Imperial Majesty, Uncle Terence, mga assure.